There we go, and we're live.
Do what he wasn't?
And if you're a straight guy, you would too. Nevertheless, one more episode before we have the millennial here. So he's still busy guarding doors. But we got Dr. Sage, we got El Presidente, Will Height, and we got Bubba again. The rest of the guys that come in, yes, and vote for him. Can't do any worse.
I was sneaking on Bubba's property earlier today.
Do what?
I was sneaking on his property earlier today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he was again, huh?
Dude, you know that backside has got one of the biggest damn fucking... It's not really a pothole because it's a drainage, but it is sunk so far down in the asphalt.
Right.
That big-ass FedEx truck almost bottoms out on that fucking thing, dude.
Oh, I bet.
I have to straddle it because I'm worried if it fucking kicks in there, I'm screwed.
No shit.
Calling Sage to bring his truck up and get me out.
Right.
Do that.
Well, we got Dr. Sage questions, and we also got guess where the criminal's from, and whatever else we do. So, how's everybody doing?
Oh, not bad. Not too bad today.
I'm here.
Still doing your PT or whatever, Sage?
Yep. That doesn't look like it's going to end anytime soon.
Right.
He sent me a screenshot of the storms, told me get ready to go chasing, and I sent back a meme of Montgomery Burns from The Simpsons saying excellent.
Right.
I'm so disappointed, dude.
Dude, yeah, that was a freaking blowjob that turned to a hand job.
Yeah, I was like,
I don't even think it turned into a hand job. I think that just, hey, I'm going to do this to you and get you all excited, and then was like, hey, you know what, I got a headache. That's what I felt like it turned into.
Right, because I was waiting for it because they're like, oh, yeah, you're going to be getting it. And then I
that was a headache that turned into you're sleeping on the couch.
There you go.
And it's like you're going to read into it more about weather for your area and why it always seems to skip you. And at least in my area, from what I've read, because we're such in the valley that for some reason the storms, when it comes towards Peoria area, that it splits and goes around.
It splits or jumps.
Yeah. And it's like, I knew I wasn't going to get anything. It got windy. It got a little bit cooler. But other than that, I didn't get no rain.
It showed promise. Dude, like the wind really picked up and it was knocking a lot of branches loose. And then you could feel the temperature drop. And I'm just like, oh, yeah, here we go. You know, had the truck. It was sitting right by the door. I already had 4-wheel drive ready to go. And nothing.
Did you hear about that? I think it was in Iowa that one storm chaser got caught in the middle of the storm and totally tore up their vehicle and they got hurt.
You know who I really want to fucking run with one day? I don't remember what the name of the group is because they ended up splitting and kind of reformed this other one, but they have their vehicle and it's called the Interceptor.
Yes, I've heard about that one.
And this thing looks like a
Mad
civilian tank.
Yeah.
The side plates come down so air can't get underneath you. And with its weight, it's got a turret. And they want to film inside a tornado. And they pulled it off. And I believe it was an E3 or EF3 now that they changed the whole.
Right.
3 that they got into. And the guy was pushing the limits. He goes, it can handle a 3. It should be able to get to a 4, but I want to take it into a 5. And his driver's like, dude, you're going to have someone else. I'll drive that motherfucker. Why not? Because you know what? If you go, who else can say that they were?
Yeah, don't they even have spikes that can go 3 foot in the ground on either side of the vehicle for more stability too?
Yes,
So I mean, it's safe as it can get.
it is. But dude, even then, you're talking a 5, and with that wind gust, the simplest object is no longer a missile. It's like a bunker buster. Like it
Right.
could, with enough force and that, I'm willing to take the risk because I'm just, I don't know, stupid, I guess. But I love storms. It's Mother Nature's way of showing us just how small and puny we are. She can be
Right.
a hostile bitch. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I like storms too. It's like someone was asking the other day on Crackbook, what would you do? Actually, it was a meteorologist page. What would you do if a storm came into your area?
Go outside.
Half the people are like, go outside and watch it come in.
I was sitting in my garage waiting.
You
Dude,
know,
Sage's crib is almost perfect because his garage, he can open up the door and you're facing southwest. So you can see, because most of the storms come up from the south, St. Louis area,
Mm-hmm.
come over. So you can see that. But then when that storm hits or it's past, you can go to his front porch and now all of a sudden you're looking north and you're catching the tail end of it that is still putting on a hell of a light show. So he's
Really?
really like the best of both worlds.
And then if I want, I can go out on the other porch on the east side of my house and watch all the shit going on over there. I've got, surroundings because I got 2 garage doors, so I can watch it come in from the south at one garage door, and then I can go over to the other garage door and watch the south and west. Go to the front porch and watch it from the north. I go out over here to my back porch that faces the whole east,
Yeah,
the patio area, so I can watch all directions.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger actually seeing one come in because I was at my aunt's and she lived out near Lexington, Illinois, but she lived in the country. We actually, because you remember talking about the porch, I remember sitting on her front porch with her watching a tornado go right by us over near Lexington.
see,
We just watched
now,
it, got windy and everything, and we watched it go right on by us. And I'm like,
now I'm like a lot of other people. I got to go outside when there's a storm going on. Now, you got the whole thing that they say, when the tornadoes are happening or tornado sirens, get down into your basement, right?
what fun
First
is that?
off,
You're not going to
I'm
see
not
it.
trying to take my fat, disabled ass down a flight of steps into a basement. And number 2, if the tornado wipes out the house, now you got a whole house full of rubble on top of you. I just don't like that idea. I figure if a storm's going to get you, it's going to get you.
mm-hmm. Yeah, my friend in Wichita, he actually has a storm bunker he goes to. I said, so what do you got down there in there? He's like, well, I got enough vodka and weed to last me about a week. I'm like, well, I guess that's all you need.
Now, last night we had no rain here, at least right where I'm at. But I sat out there and watched that lightning go, especially towards Rochester. And there was some pretty cool lightning. Definitely, like when you see the lightning bolts going down, but you really didn't hear any thunder really with it. It was just more the lightning.
Right. And that's the way it was here. It got windy, colder, and I might heard a little bit of thunder. So other than that, it's like,
Now the wind was blowing like all hell, but and like
yeah,
I
I
know
knew the
people
wind
were
was blowing because
complaining
I was
about it
looking up
being,
at the trees. Treetops were just,
well, people were complaining about it being hot yesterday, but it was so windy all day. I didn't even think it was hot.
I was out in the morning because I had to get out. No, wait a minute. No, that was Monday I got out. But yeah, I just had a window open. It actually got cooler for me because even though I had 2 fans on, but the wind was blowing straight in here, and it was a cold wind. So,
Yeah.
so that said, we got 4 states that have some stupid criminals here lately. We got a teen topples a porta potty with a mother and 4-year-old kid inside. We have a drugged up driver hands over a bag of meth, fentanyl pills, and 3K when cops ask for his ID.
Gerard, Illinois.
Maybe. Wannabe jewel thief foiled by
That's a
gun
pretty
wielding
good
army
guess,
vet,
Paige.
store owner, keys, wallet, and firearm. And we have a couple arrested for making a fake winning lotto ticket in hopes of tricking officials into handing them over the $1 million prize. Those are 4 stories, and we have it's either in one of them is in New Hampshire, one of them's in Kentucky, one of them's in Nebraska, and the other one is a Florida one. So Bubba did get one right earlier when he mentioned Florida.
Hey, you didn't mention anything about an inheritance, did you?
No.
All right, I got to share this real quick. So there was a grandfather who had 5 granddaughters, right?
Uh-huh.
And he left them all with an inheritance. Each one of them would have got over $100,000. All 5 of them over $100,000. So they didn't go into specifics, but they said it was a pretty decent amount, and it was well over 100. But they were so petty and argued amongst each other who should have got what and who should have got more that they went to battle in courts. And when they went and lawyers and all this and that, the will was signed, it was notarized, it was perfect and sound mind and body when he made the will. So with that being said, all the court fees, all the lawyer fees, all the processing fees, everything that they did, once it was settled and that it wasn't going to change, that they were all equal to the same amount, the 5 granddaughters each ended up with about $60.
$60?
Each granddaughter ended up with about $60 because the lawyers, the fees, the courts.
They went to court and had everything that long?
They battled and argued and fought because they felt that they deserved more. So instead of each of them getting over $100,000, each one of them got about $60.
You know, come to think of it, I actually had a friend whose dad, when they passed away, made something in their will saying, if any of my kids argues about what they get nothing. So they didn't argue.
If you get a good enough lawyer, they'll throw an argument that you're not of sound mind and you're on your way out and you're seeing things and corrupt. But if everything's equal, like, it was sold off. It was money they were getting. So,
right.
But $100,000, and with everything going on, hey Bubba, if an inheritance came to you and said all of us are equal, and even if it was $25,000, not $100,000, not all that, just $25,000, would you bet your fit or be happy with the $25,000?
Hell no. I wouldn't bet your fit over 1,000.
Right?
I mean, come on now, like
$100,000 spent wisely, you could be okay for quite a while.
Oh yeah.
But that just tells you they must have been raised on that really good life and they wanted more.
Sounds like they were entitled and thought they should get more. When
I mean, $100,000, you could buy you a decent house outright. You know.
See, with $100,000, I would pay off my truck loan and keep the rest in the bank and just basically live off the freaking interest.
If you invest it right, hell, you could start up a small fucking franchise of, because what's Isn't a McDonald's franchise like 80 grand?
Something like that. But there's already four.
Yeah,
There's already 3 McDonald's in my area, so it'd have to be something that's like.
Okay, do a Chick-fil-A.
Well, that was another thing, possible because the closest next one is over in 35
I
minutes
do.
away.
I do a Taco Bell right here in Verdon, where the Hardee's used to be. Guaranteed fucking money with all the meth heads and stoners around this area.
Hey man,
There's nothing else there.
You're gonna have people with the munchies, and all you got to do is drive down to the border. You'll get your workforce.
Get your workers.
I call up our buddy Jose and I'll be like, "Yo, dude, send me
Hey,
your
send your family, bro." I
But
miss
there's
something.
literally no other
Yeah, we
fast
haven't
food
talked
place
to you
in
forever.
Burton. So
Huh?
just the fact that there's like basically no other fast food place there in Burton,
There's
We
Dairy
got-
Queen.
yeah, we
Oh,
got
there's
Dairy
Dairy
Queen,
Queen, yeah, but
which is always busy.
well, especially if that Harkey's is closed. I mean, it's the only
Oh
one
yeah,
right
they shut
now.
that bitch down. So I mean, you got that, you got the bowling alley, you got a bar, you got DeCarlo's.
I still really got to know: is it really legit with the steaks at the bowling alley there?
I've heard really good things, and even steaks at Joe's place in Verdon. The steaks are really good.
I don't know, but that the Carlos pizza is like the best anywhere around.
You shut your damn dirty mouth. That DeCarlo's pizza, that sauce is way too fucking sweet. You put too much sugar in that shit.
Oh, I think that stuff's
See,
great.
Brie and Frost.
And I
like
usually
the
don't care for like sugar and sauce, but
Man,
Ryan says DeCarlos is the best around.
man, I cannot handle their sauce. They have hella good sandwiches, but I mean, no, I can't handle their pizza. The sauce is just too sweet for me.
that's like
Like-
here it sucks that
I mean-
Vic's pizza used to be the best around, but
If you want
Dick's has
diabetes
been closed
pizza,
for
then
years.
go for it.
See, I used to love Galena's. I haven't had Galena's in quite a while, but they only
now
got
see,
this one
there's a
downtown.
Galena's here in Springfield and then one in Riverton. And personally, I think the one in Riverton's better. But
Well, didn't they shut them all down with the exception of the one downtown?
the one in Riverton's still open.
Because I thought all the sons moved away, and it was just the parents still doing it.
I don't know.
Sadly,
I
in
just-
my area, all the good pizza places have basically closed down because of all the mainstream ones like Domino's and Papa John's and all those because those are so cheap and expensive.
Now, we'll go old school. There was a place called Chapardo's,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Chapardo's was good.
which was right there at 11th and Ash.
Ash.
Yep.
And being in, I'm from that area, and being over there, I loved their damn pizza. And then they ended up moving to the old steakhouse by Vinegar Hill Mall. And when they did that, they went under. They ended up selling to someone that kept the name, but they changed everything and went to instant shit. I hate it when people change and go from your actual ingredients and fresh to instant. That's not the same. It sucks.
Right. And that's why I like the one place here that closed down about a year ago because all of their stuff was fresh. They cut up the tomatoes and lettuce and everything was like super fresh, nothing frozen. They even made their pizza batter from scratch, and it's like it was a little bit on the expensive side, but it was so good.
Their pizza batter.
Pizza dough.
Batter, dough, whatever it's called. The point
Now
being,
here in
everything was fresh.
Springfield, that Dylan's pizza is pretty good. But I'm like, I guess I'm a pizza snob though. Like I don't like all the chain pizza places. I don't mind Papa John's so much, but like Domino's and Little Caesars and Pizza Hut, I don't care for all that crap.
I like Pizza Hut whenever it was really good back in the day when they used to have their buffets and shit like that. That's when Pizza Hut was good.
Right.
Nowadays, it's just, bullshit.
Well, see, that's why I took when we went down to Hillsboro and Litchfield area. I had to take Sage to a family, Italian family owned pizza. And that was Gianni's. That is fucking fire.
When I was in that rehab place, I would order every now and then from Gianni's.
Oh yeah, that dude. And of course, the one in Litchfield has got like their mini Italian market. So they had tiramisu, and I even got this fucker up here. I even got him to try calamari. Of course, I wouldn't tell him what it was. He had to try it before I told him what it was.
Oh, I love calamari.
Fuck yeah.
Now, Litchfield also had that pizza man.
I get dirty looks
That was
at the
pretty
Chinese
good. At least it
restaurant
used
when
to
I
be
take
back
it
in
all.
the day.
Well, Pizza Man is just monocles.
Yeah.
It's just what?
It's Monocle's Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So when the franchise closed down, the family took over, and that's why you get the French dipping sauce with it. And then it burnt down, remember? And they rebuilt it, and they did Pizza Man and the Ice Cream Man together. So they had a buffet, and it was cool. But the family that owned it ended up selling it. And I heard it's not really the same. They changed it up a little bit.
Right.
I remember my grandpa taking me there because my grandpa and my parents, they were from Hillsboro. And my grandpa, when I was a kid, used to take me to like that pizza man. And back growing up, that was good pizza. What
Some of the best
now, I don't know, but
I'm always leery about places that get bought out, and they'll always say, "Oh, we ain't changing a thing. Everything will be the same." And then when you go to eat it or something, it's like you can tell there's something different.
Like, look, you may not have changed it, but you didn't cook it the right way, or something is off.
yeah, that Dylan's here in Springfield I was talking about, they've got like new owners or something. And the pizza's real close, but it's not quite the same. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still good pizza, though.
Vince, I will agree with you there because out of all the Avani's in the area, the East Peoria one seems to be the best out of them all. So I don't know what they do. It's just something about it. They just make everything just right.
Now, whenever I go down to Branson, we always stop in at a place called Mr. G's. And that is some of the best pizza I've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And they stone oven that pizza, and it takes a little bit to get your food, but it's so good. And I mean, you got toppings piled high, and it's a great pizza.
Now, this is a pizza my friend from the UK got me turned on to, and it may sound weird, but it is actually really good. Chicken curry pizza.
Sounds like it. Well,
You
you'll be spot welding with your ass afterwards.
Well, you almost do, but
Yeah.
you basically take the chicken with the sauce and the vegetables and just put it on the pizza, and then you put it in the oven to cook it with the cheese. And it tastes just right.
Definitely be spot welding with your ass later.
The other good pizza here in Springfield, you got Gabatoni's is pretty good, and Bernie's and Betty's.
Yeah, Bernie and Betty's is pretty good. Dude, have you been inside Gabatoni's lately?
No, I haven't actually.
There's a reason I stopped eating it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bash them on here.
Now there's that place that's out on Wabash. It's out on West Wabash behind Buffalo Wild Wings. That CC or CC's
Poppies or something.
No, I think it's called CC's.
CC's closed.
Okay, it's not CC's then.
CC's used to be on Dirksen by Red Lobster, and their pizza was horrible.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's right behind Buffalo Wild Wings, and their pizza's really good. Oh yeah, Cause. Yeah, Cause's.
Cause's pizza. Yeah.
That's really good pizza.
I don't know if Tom Hart still owns that or if he's sold it
whoever owned it back in the day still owns it because my buddy Mike knows him pretty well.
Well, Tom Hart also owns the Stadium Bar and Grill down there by the fairgrounds.
Okay.
It's got he had it repainted on the outside. It's got that mural of Johnny Cash because he's in a Johnny Cash tribute band. Like,
but yeah, that's some really good pizza. I mean, it's not like the best in the world, but it's good stuff.
He used to be the singer for Low As I and Mindful back in the day.
What was that place that was over by Mickey Mantle Field? Bianco's?
Biaggi's?
No, it wasn't Biaggi's. It was an old school family, and I believe it was Bianco's.
I think you're right.
And
that sounds right.
They had their fucking spaghetti, bro. Oh, they would cover their sauce was like pushing the edge of sweet, but then it would hit you with that real like deep garlic Parmesan hit, and they would encrust it. They would shred a shitload of mozzarella cheese on top of it so it would melt and crust, and then they would take the what the hell was that? The breadcrumbs, real fine, and they would put that on top, and that shit would hit different. And then their grinders, I would never be a skinny man. I'm sorry, I had to quote that guy, but it was fantastic.
Right. So,
Vince, yeah, I'm not sure what you're really talking about there. If that's something with security and ring crew in Virginia, that's something you got to talk to Jeremy about. That's not with me. So get with Jeremy on that.
So there's plenty of pizza places out there where you can go to, from what it sounds like.
I think Vince is talking about the PWA show in Virginia.
Yeah, he's talking to. Yeah, I know what he's talking about, but I mean, food wise.
He just said he means food wise.
You mean what should I try the day of?
Not where should I try? Where he should go to eat on the day of the show.
Sage is from Virginia.
I have no idea. Virginia. I'm from Verdon, yeah, not Virginia. Yeah, I have no idea what's in Virginia to eat. That's you're going to be at like a carnival thing. I'm sure they're going to have food there.
I think there's a Casey's there.
I can tell you for my Verdon show that's coming up July 6th that there's going to be a food tent there, and they have good fish sandwiches and good burgers and fries and all sorts of good food there.
So yeah. Cool. Couple arrested for making a fake winning lottery ticket in hopes of tricking officials into handing over the $1 million prize.
Yeah, I need the other state because I got New Hampshire,
Kentucky, Kentucky.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Florida, and Nebraska.
Nebraska, that was the other one. Okay.
That's definitely Kentucky.
Kira and her boyfriend, Dakota, allegedly attempted to trick lottery officials into giving them $1 million prize with 2 torn scratch-off tickets spliced together to form a winning ticket, according to authorities.
They do know that there's barcodes and numbers on these fucking things, right?
Right.
They needed a new trailer up in the hills.
You do know that's a felony. It's
right.
$1 million.
2 tickets were ripped horizontally with the top half of one ticket and the bottom half of the other, then carefully pieced together to show the $1 million prize, according to the police. But the Frankenstein ticket was not fooling anyone, as they failed fraudster forgot to check the serial numbers, just like Will Light was mentioning, on the two different scratch offs. I don't think this is going to be made for movie TV type situation because it was clear to the lottery officials and obviously clear to us that she had taken two tickets with different, one side had a serial number and the other serial number had on it. From the sheriff said, especially when you pretend you've won $1 million, then you're going to look at it as this ticket. Several days after they submitted a ticket and the lottery in March, she and Jones drove to meet the lottery agent to follow up with possible winnings. Instead of being handed a big check, the pair was taken into custody, questioned separately. The Enders allegedly claimed the ticket fell off her car and then got rained on, the police report states. She then told authorities she tried to scratch it before it was dry and forced the tape together to keep it from getting further ruined. Okay. After she was confronted about the mismatching backsides of the two halves, she allegedly said, "What? They don't go together?" and then argued that the ticket was taped the right way, according to the police documents. She said she would have shared the winnings with Jones and hoped to open a salon, according to the reports. Meanwhile, Jones told the same lottery agent the couple had found two halves of a wet ticket walking down a road in the area. And then basically they said that they just keep denying it. So the two were arrested on charges of forgery, allegation of a lottery ticket with intent to defraud, passing a forged, altered stated lottery ticket, and larceny, grand theft of $100 million or more. So, where was this at?
Kentucky.
This sounds like New Hampshire.
I'm going to go with Nebraska.
Is that your final answers? Anybody else listening? No? All right. Well, you're all wrong. It's Florida.
This one was the Florida?
Yes.
Wow.
I would have saved Florida for something more fucking crazy.
Florida couple arrested for making a fake winning lottery ticket. And this was in Pensacola area.
Wow.
So it was kind of in the theoretical
the redneck
area, but
yeah, okay.
All right. Teen pushes over a porta potty with mother and 4-year-old inside, trapping them with feces and bodily fluids.
Oh, that's assault, brother.
What a crappy thing to do. A teenager was allegedly
situation.
What?
Shitty situation.
Yeah. A teenager was allegedly pushing over porta potties at New Hampshire. Well, there you go.
Oh,
anyway.
Hey, I think it's New Hampshire.
Hey, I'm going to go on a limb here.
You guys are right. See, that's what happens when you're stoned. You don't think very well. Anyway, covering a mother and 4-year-old inside with... Okay, this kid was 18 years old, accused of pushing the porta-john from behind so it landed its door, trapping everybody in.
That's the way to do it.
The pair reported being covered in feces and bodily fluid, Manchester police said. Witnesses told that the Studer had been arguing with a mother near a porta potty at Dairyfield Park until she went inside to assist her daughter. That's when the vengeful teen allegedly struck. They weren't inside for long, however. Bystanders rushed to free the mother and daughter pair. Stewart allegedly ended his tirade by throwing an unknown object at officers who arrived at the scene. It does not appear as though the teenager knew the mother before striking. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of criminal restraint, criminal mischief, as well as simple assault on a police officer. Well, duh. So, well, there you go. It's in New Hampshire. See, I
He
told you
didn't get
guys.
charged with like
That's all it said.
I don't know. I think he should have been charged with a lot more than that.
2 counts of criminal restraint and criminal mischief, as well as simple assault.
No, he should have been charged with like more assaults because I mean, you do anything with like if you spit in somebody's face, that's almost a felony nowadays.
Yeah, they're like, I don't remember exactly what it's called, but isn't there something where if you use like biological stuff on someone that it's a huge fine and everything?
Oh yeah, it's super huge. So he should have been like supercharged with some shit, some
Well,
literal
by the
shit.
way, I mean,
That might just be
completely
because of the
gross.
state. In Illinois, a lot of the inmates were gassing, which is bodily fluids, and throwing it on them. And that's a serious, that'll get you in some fucking jail time. So maybe New Hampshire's a little bit different with it.
Possibly.
Maybe they're more laxative with it.
There you go.
Wah.
So,
Where's Kluge when you need him? Wah, wah.
do you know where I can get good drugs? Speaking of drugs, drugged up driver hands over bag of meth, fentanyl pills, and $3K when cops ask for his ID. Will this be in Kentucky or Nebraska?
This has got to be Kentucky.
What a mess. A man pulled a bag of drugs, a lot of cash when the officers asked for his ID.
What? Hey, wait. Now, technically speaking, they asked for ID, and if he handed that over, isn't that telling them that he's the local drug dealer? That's ID. Let's think about it.
I'm the man around here.
The man, David, was passed out behind the wheel of his car Friday in a parking lot of a video store in a town near this other town. When police arrived,
What's
at the
rule number
scene-
1? Don't get high on your own supply.
right? When the police arrived on the scene, asked the drugged out for his ID. He whipped out a baggie of meth pills and a large sum of money.
And the money. Yeah, he ID'd himself.
He was found with over $3,000 in cash and meth and fentanyl. Police had confirmed he had 9 grams of meth, several fentanyl pills, and exactly $3,034 in cash. He was arrested on charges of trafficking, a controlled substance, and public intoxication. Let me see if I can. Yep, there we go. Hold on. Okay.
Is this gonna show where he's from?
Never mind. I don't want to show it because
It's got to be Kentucky.
it shows where it is in the website.
Sounds like Illinois.
You would
That's what I'm
think,
saying, Gerard. Gerard,
It's
God
definitely
damn it.
not peaking because I would have heard about it by now.
Let's see here.
But yeah,
man.
that's got to be Kentucky.
This is tricky. I'm on the fence because Nebraska it could be. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Nebraska.
I just think Kentucky is way more methed out than Nebraska. But I'm probably wrong. Who knows?
What do you say, Bubba? What do you say?
Kentucky, it's got, what else they got to do in Kentucky?
It's just everything feels
Marry their cousins.
Wrong.
Because why? Because they're all on meth.
Oh,
All right. So
That'll make you do some weird shit.
this is the first time that Sage is actually wrong with something.
It's Kentucky.
I went out on a limb.
Okay, it's on a video store on U.S. Route 421 in Manchester, about 100 miles south of Lexington in Clay County.
If this next
fucking
article,
Clay County.
if this next article starts talking about fucking animals or farm equipment, we definitely know it's Nebraska.
Well, this is Nebraska since it's the last one. And it's a wannabe jewel thief foiled by a gun-wielding Army vet, store owners, keys, wallet, and firearm.
Nebraska.
Nebraska is very gun friendly.
Yeah.
A would-be thief planned for a jewelry heist was thwarted Saturday night when he was chased out of the Nebraska store at gunpoint by the owner. And on his toes, U.S. Army veteran.
Just didn't scare him out. They chased his ass out.
I typically carry a firearm on my waist, even after hours, Garrett Petticord told the TV station.
Oh,
It's just
Petticord?
one of those things, keys, wallet, firearm. So that's why they say keys, wallet, firearm.
Yeah.
So basically, when you leave the house, you make sure you have your keys, wallet, and your gun. Is
Dude,
what he's saying.
That stretch, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, Nebraska, all of them up there, the Second Amendment, once you're born, is tattooed on your body somewhere. I'm just saying.
Right. Petticord was burning the midnight oil in the back of the jewelry store in Omaha when he noticed a commotion on his surveillance screens. The thrilling footage showed the burglar dressed head to toe in black, hurled rock through the shop's window, crawled through the broken glass expecting to be alone with the gems. That's when Petticoat loudly stormed into the showroom with his gun, catching the thief standing over a case with some of his most valuable pieces. Caught literally in the act, the jewel thief was almost comically holding the tool over the glass. Petticord recalled a hilarious moment that was captured by his security footage. I'll show that afterwards.
Oh, yes.
Hey, motherfucker! Petticord shouted, drawing the man's eyes towards the barrel of the gun, a slightly scary enough to send him scrambled back through the shattered window. While proud that he was able to defend himself and his livelihood, Petticord was disappointed that he had to use his weapon. My use of one of the same as any other tools I have back here, the goldsmith told the station, gesturing towards his swath of pliers, cutters, and drills and more. They all serve a purpose, but this one tool that I hope to never use, I had to use. The business owner, who spent 3 years deployed in Afghanistan, said his military training came in handy for the incident. Thank my lucky stars that I put thought and time and repetitive training and practice into how to respond carefully with a firearm. The whole police department could not immediately confirm whether or not the would-be jewel thief was captured. So,
I have a point of view on this. Was he captured? Yes. Was he captured by the cops? No. I think this motherfucker is in Petticourt's basement, and he's taking care of it. I didn't shoot him. He got away. You were fucking training, dude. You caught his ass down the road somewhere.
There's the owner right there.
Yeah, he's trained. You see how his finger is lined up? It's not in the actual holster to shoot or the trigger guard to shoot. So that dude, kudos.
And then there's the guy all in black. And then that's the actual owner right there. So I guess there was no video but pictures, but it looks like video by the way it was. So anyway, that is the stupid criminals and where they're from.
I think that criminal's, he's caught. He's just somewhere else.
Yeah.
Dick trying to lay low thinking, I ain't doing this no more. Fuck that.
Had your coming to Jesus moment because you could have ended up dead. That dude had restraint, so you better be thinking something if you're not already thinking it in Petticourt's basement.
Right.
Well, I think he's gone from Petticourt's basement already and 6 feet under.
Other side of the tracks?
Oh, yeah.
It'd be like officers like, what happened to the 2 to 5 minutes of video from your camera. I don't know. It just glitched.
Digital glitch, man. Technology, it's still innovative.
It's weird.
And
They
then you
say
hear,
it work just perfect. All of a sudden, they don't.
then all of a sudden you hear, "Whoa!"
No, I can.
If he's tied up right, he ain't knocking.
I see one of those situations where someone breaks into Sage's house, they get caught. All of a sudden, the cops show up. Be like, "Hey, did someone break in your house?" Nope, not at all. Well, so and so over here said his buddy broke into your house and he ain't come out. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Nobody broke in my house.
Somebody knocked on the door, but I mean, by the time I got there to answer it, they were gone.
It's kind of like that police chief in Florida. What is his name? Grundy?
We support the Second Amendment. You're not in trouble. Go ahead. We hope you shoot him. I like that cop.
We every other Saturday we have a free gun safety.
Yeah, it's like, come on out. We'll teach you.
We'll teach you how to properly shoot it, so we don't have to do anything.
That is definitely two states that I agree with their castle law. You are allowed to stand your ground in your home. Someone breaks in, and then you got people that sit there and they do that stupid bullshit of, well, you value your property over someone's life. No, my family's in my house.
Yeah,
And if you broke into my house, that means you value my property over your life. Skelly!
I totally agree.
Man, the aliens are flying around last night. We were watching them fly around and dip in the water. All shapes and sizes, man. Dutchman and Big Boba launched flares at them.
Oh, hey, that's awesome.
That's one of the stories that's out there is the aliens have deep cities underneath because we can't go that deep.
Yeah. Dude, you got to get video evidence of that shit. I got to see that.
Yeah. There's even people saying that the reason why we have earthquakes is because it's the aliens that are living underneath the ground or buildings. So whenever they like try to chip at rock and stuff, then the earthquake that we feel is them chipping at rocks, making more rooms and everything.
You can't say that it can't happen because if they have the technology to fly further than what we can see out there and get here,
right?
What does it make sense that you say they don't have the technology? They couldn't build a city in the deepest part of our ocean. Are you fucking kidding me?
Right.
That's what they believe is going on at Skinwalker Ranch.
Dude, that is some crazy shit going on out there.
They've been drilling down in the ground, and they keep hitting things that are making the drill bits go off to an angle, or just stuff that they can't even drill into.
Uh-huh.
And now they're pulling up this weird slime shit. And
damn! Hey, come on! It had to be an easier cleanup than cleaning up his room where you shit all over his bed.
I'd rather clean what he just mentioned than cleaning up shit off of a bed.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I can only imagine some of the shit that comes up with that suction.
Right.
Yeah, fuck that.
Sure, it's got some rain. Hey, so I am curious, how many whale carcass have you seen floating and then seen all the sharks that eat off it and everything else? He may have got pink eyes. Please been on that shit. God, I miss you.
That's fucked up.
Man.
What are you saying now?
On what?
You were saying something before you said something about pink eye.
Oh, being out there on the rig and seeing all the different shit that dies and
oh yeah,
like you'll see a feeding frenzy on whale carcass or blubber that's floating. But yeah, anything that dies out there ends up being consumed. dead sperm whale the other day. Sharks all over that shit like a hooker in prison.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, what is that stuff that's from whales? It's like whale vomit or something, and it's worth like a lot of money.
Yeah, it's some kind of foamy, weird shit, but Asian
It
markets
comes up, it's like
absolutely.
hard.
Well, there is a saying, there is I'll say a rumor because I haven't found it to be false yet, but they say there's enough protein in whale sperm that it can feed over 1,000 people.
Tyler would probably know.
I'll starve.
Bubba says I'll starve. Whale bile.
Yeah, Asian markets love all that weird shit.
Right. Like they'll even eat the puffer fish, which is
That thing is toxic as shit.
if you don't cut it just right,
There's
you
a
may as
certain
well
cut
forget it.
that's a delicacy.
Yeah, there's only like a few people in the world that are like licensed or whatever to do
To make that cut.
puffer fish to do it right. And it's still, even doing it right, it still like has toxins enough that it makes your mouth numb and stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty crazy.
Tokyo Mo, she Asian. Hey, ain't you in enough trouble with Asian women anyway? Got a couple pregnant back on shore?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got a
don't you have a couple babies on the way? Skeletor got him a couple slant eyes coming. Oh.
Coming to get it. 18 years at least.
Oh yeah.
Daddy Skeletor. Until we meet again.
Oh my god, dude! If that could be your kid's first words, gee fucker, damn it.
Well, it will be because that motherfucker's gonna take off to go get some milk.
Man, Mo built like Stallone in the day and as big as Lesbo I've ever seen. She'd break my ass. Wouldn't stop you trying. I got a funny feeling.
Yeah, you would still try that out.
Yeah, we seen you. We know what you look like. So
one time, Mama, one time. And then Dutchman would come in and be like, "Oh, here's my pig."
That's fucked up.
Oh man, yeah, that was fucked up.
All right, so what else we got?
So we can do. We got Dr. Sage questions, and unless someone else has something else to talk about.
I had a couple things I wanted to throw in real quick.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I don't have like full stories, but just like some brief things that I ran across. Oh, that was one of them.
Oh, Skelly, dude.
My bad. Oh, wait. You said Skelly? What?
Skelly, she does have a nice ass, and man, I would take her strap on.
Oh.
Wow. I don't even know what to say about
dude.
that.
I love this dude.
Like, I'm speechless on that one. I can't.
Well,
I can't.
If you've been watching the show, Bubba, you know who Skelly is.
Oh yeah.
And you never know what that motherfucker's gonna say. Oh shit, the Dutchman's here.
Fuck you for that shark carcass. Oh shit.
Now they're gonna be battling. But did you guys hear that Graceland is for sale?
Man,
I did hear
that
about
sounds
that,
like
yeah.
a big mess.
It is a big mess. In fact, it's such a big mess that a judge actually blocked the sale of Graceland.
Good.
Did they?
Yes. So right now it is being held up in the court system, and they're trying to get it stopped completely.
Well, here's my thing. If Priscilla really did take out this loan, which the granddaughter is saying is false, But even if she did take out this loan and didn't pay it back, Graceland is so damn valuable. Wouldn't you like make a deal with them to pay off the loan? Because they're not just going to let Graceland go. You'll get your money.
Yeah.
But what was the loan for? And is it really that much to where you can auction off Graceland to cover it? You would end up getting like 10 times whatever the fucking loan amount was. Minimum.
Yeah.
That seems like overkill. Way overkill.
My first thought before I found out they didn't let it go through is if I had the money, I would buy it. Then I would go up to the room that no one's allowed to go into, and I'd video it and show it off to the world.
Well, here's the thing: is there's so many secrets in that house that probably never need to come to light.
Okay, yeah, $3 million on the loan. Graceland has got to be worth way more than fucking $3 million.
Oh, I guarantee it's worth way more than that. I would say probably $100 million, if not more.
So yeah, if you're saying, "Hey, the loan, we're taking this and auction it off," fuck you, dude. There's plenty of memorabilia he's got that could be sold off to cover the $3 million if the loan took place.
Shit, a couple of his suits that are on display in the house could cover that. His one rhinestone suit inside.
Skeletor said, "Let him haunt me. I'll call Dan Aykroyd."
Oh shit! Oh, Amanda, that's just not right.
Oh, dude.
And for the record, he's not dead.
She's not wrong. Yeah, he just went back home.
Just look up Bob Joyce.
Amanda, Elvis didn't die.
Just look up Bob Joyce. You'll see the comparison. That's fucking Elvis.
Yep, and just like on The Simpsons, Michael Jackson's a big fat white guy.
Hey, Billy the Kid.
It's your birthday.
Billy the Kid is Brushy Bill Roberts.
Mm-hmm.
You're fucking right, he is. The other thing that I just saw today, I read early this morning because I was up at the fucking crack of dawn. I got 3 hours of sleep last night. Fucking pissed me off.
Well, I know that feeling. I've done that the past week.
Dealing with a lot of fucking neck pain and shoulder pain. It's fucking ridiculous. The New York branch of the FBI is looking into Matthew Perry's death now.
Really?
Because they found extremely high percentage of ketamine levels in his blood. So they are reopening that case.
Really?
And yeah, they're looking at it as possibly a murder instead of a suicide or instead of a drowning. Or an overdose.
Well, if they're going to do that, then they need to reopen back up Kurt Cobain's then.
Yes.
Yeah,
You know,
Kurt Cobain should have been reopened years and years ago.
I'll tell you this about Kurt Cobain's death. It started off. Have you guys ever heard of the band called the Mentors?
No.
No,
Well,
man.
You can look them up. They got videos of that on YouTube, but their music is very derogatory towards women, and they all wear like black hoods. It look like KKK hoods, but they're black. And there was a time when Courtney Love went to their lead singer and supposedly asked him to kill her or to kill Kurt Cobain. And he flat out said, "No, I don't want nothing to do with it." Well, shortly after that, he supposedly fell in front of a train and got
Fell
killed.
in front of a train?
Yeah. And that was before, and it was supposedly what happened was he had told her, when he told her no, they were actually going on Jerry Springer, which the band actually did go on Jerry Springer, but he threatened to out her on there.
Oh.
And then next thing you know, he supposedly falls in front of a train and dies. I don't know.
Could be. I don't know. She nuts enough.
Well, I mean, Skeletor accidentally tripped, fell, and landed on a couple dicks.
So,
Well,
Anything's
back
possible.
in the day, I actually met up with the mentors. They did a show in Decatur. There was a couple others there. One was this band that the singer who wore like camouflage, but he wore like a luchador's mask. He goes by General Bastard.
General Bastard. Oh, jeez.
And this is back when we was with Basement Radio 420. And me and Rob were at that show. So it was pretty crazy.
Wow.
going with Amanda's comment there, there was a series called Hunting Hitler.
Yeah.
And I believe it was by A&E, and they were talking about how they had proof that subs were going from Spain, which Spain was cool with the Nazis. And these subs were going and getting off to Argentina and shit like that. And that's where, because we all know a lot of the Nazis went and hid over there. The king. Or
yeah, I was just about to say that.
Well, dude, I couldn't help but ended up going down this rabbit hole watching this series because there was a lot of shit, dude, that really makes it plausible that Hitler made it. And of course, Russia was like, no, we got Hitler's skull. And so they asked if they could test a piece. And Russia at first said, yeah, and let them actually take a piece of the skull. And they tested it and found out that the skull was female, not male. And then all of a sudden, no one can see the skull again. Russia won't let it out because they're still trying to claim it's Hitler. But people are now thinking that that's Eva Braun's skull that they got. But
yeah, there's
built
a lot that
out in the wilderness. They built this pump house next to a stream so it would run a generator. And there was a house for someone of high importance. And they even had a barracks built. And then they had this even bigger house built. Dude, if it wasn't Hitler, it was someone of real high importance. But I'm sorry, that high importance, it looks like it. And even the CIA in the 60s had documents.
Well, the thing is, I've been watching a lot of the Nazi that stuff. And what? So anyway.
Go ahead. I got something right after that.
Anyway, it was saying that basically Hitler was just basically Himmler's little bitch. Himmler was the one that was actually telling everybody what to do.
See, I'd heard that one too, but I know he was trying to get out of some shit, so I don't really follow that one.
Yeah, I don't follow that one either.
I just know there's a lot of evidence that shows that Hitler probably lived a lot longer and lived in Argentina.
There's
the fourth.
A shit ton of evidence, and not only that, but the house that you're talking about, Jason.
Yeah,
in Argentina, they did a lot of ground penetrating radar around that house, and a lot of shit with fuck, I've got one metal detectors and shit, and they found Nazi German coins.
Yeah,
around that house.
Yeah,
and they're still investigating and going through the tunnels under that house and shit.
Yeah, lots of tunnels.
Didn't they also find like medicine bottles and the actual prescription? Because he used to have real bad like stomach ulcers or pain or something.
Yep.
Didn't they? Yeah. So that's what really got me.
Yeah, they used to find the glass. They were glass bottles.
Yes.
Because they weren't the plastic ones at that time. They were the glass medicine bottles.
Yeah, because the house that you had those three structures that I talked about, but that other house you're talking, it sits back in this big cove where the water's always flat and the trees are so thick behind it, nothing can really come up through there in the hills. So you have to approach his house head on And that was what was so special and why they built it there, because they could view if anything was coming up to get to those tunnels underneath the hide.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But dude, that series was fucking legit.
And there's still there's another series on A&E right now, and they're looking for the lost U-boats. From that
Yes,
time.
I've been hearing about those too on YouTube.
And they're looking for like all the Nazi gold, all the Nazi treasures that they stole, like the gold room and all that shit. They're looking for all that right now. And they're searching the Nazi gold train. Yeah,
Yes.
They're still looking for that. And they think it might have even got as far up to Lake Michigan and shit and sunk in that lake.
They're even trying to look for the amber room too.
Yeah, the amber room, not the gold room, but the amber room. Yeah, that's what I meant.
They also think there's a lot of Confederate gold that made it into Lake Michigan.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, Lake Michigan. The Nazi gold is on the U-boats, or is sunk in a lake. Can't remember what other lake they were talking about. It could possibly be.
I know they were also talking about a train that they had, because they took all the gold fillings and everything they stole from the Jewish community, melted it down, but this train is supposedly loaded with a shitload of gold. And when the ending days were coming, they backed it up to a tunnel, imploded that tunnel to try to hide it so they can come back. Because the whole theory was to come back, and instead of the Third Reich, it'd be the Fourth Reich.
Yeah.
And they had ripped up the tracks so it looked like that tunnel never existed. Now there's a couple people thinking they know where it's at, and there's indentations where you can see it.
They're still finding tunnels now. They're still finding all these little bunkers and tunnels. So yeah, they're digging this shit up.
Dude, look at all the slave labor they ended up having.
Right.
Everyone always asks, well, how could they do this with the war going on? It wasn't Germans that were digging it. They had over 1 million fucking slaves they were throwing in these tunnels and dying.
Uh-huh.
So they got nothing but tunnels underneath all through Germany.
Not only that, but they kept the healthiest of the Jews and got rid of the weakest. So there's a lot of their slaves right there.
Right.
Yeah, they were some evil fucks, man, and sooner or later it'll come to light. But can you imagine what the value is of all that shit?
Well,
because
it's not just like regular value of gold. I mean, it is, but then the historical value that's added onto it makes it worth even that much more.
Well, they stole everything they got their hands on when they went across these other nations. That's why we had the monument men.
Yeah.
Dude, they literally stole billions in artwork and artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
Like the monument went in there and fucking tried to get it all back and shit.
They literally could have funded a war for fucking ages. They just ran out of men.
That's pretty much it.
Thank goodness, dude, because if he would have got smart, I don't want to give him credit, but if he would have taken that money, he could have paid for mercenaries instead of, because once he started losing enough men, he started using women and children, and they're not trained to fight. But if he would have started really paying mercenaries, dude, I don't think people realize how close we came to losing that war.
Right.
I mean, it was fucking close.
Yeah, it could have turned on a dime if he was a little more intelligent than what he was. If he would have played it just a little more different, it could have been a whole different ball game.
That's the other thing people don't realize. They had the first jets. They were just ran out of pilots. Because could you imagine if they would have got them jets constantly working? Oh, they would have got air superiority back, and they would have fucking dominated.
Yeah, we could be living in a whole different world right now.
Right. Yeah. Crazy fuckers.
So we got this in. Apparently, Kermit was got the boat back from you, Sage, and
Yeah, fix the hole.
he decided to drive it in front of Tyler's house the other day while pulling it with a lawnmower. And I got and uh, Tyler gave me the
What a dickhead thing to do.
Tyler gave me the video.
Oh, now there's something you don't see every day.
Go chase your fucking boat.
Man towing his boat with a mower.
Hey, you know what? When you're ready to go fucking fishing, you're ready to go fishing.
Right.
Release your tadpoles.
One other thing I wanted to throw out there real quick is apparently there is another P. Diddy Viddy that dropped.
Oh,
geez.
fuck.
This time it was one of him assaulting a girl named Cassie Ventura.
Oh, he's got a habit of assaulting women, huh?
Yeah. And apparently, from what I gathered, like I would have had to watch a video and listen to it, but we were already on the air and I didn't do that. This might have been his makeup artist at one time, but I heard the last name or saw the last name Ventura, and my first thought was like
Jesse
the Body Ventura. You don't hear that last name too often, so I was just like, "Whoa, what's going on here?"
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so y'all can look into this some other time or whatnot. But that's just what I heard or what I read.
All right. You ready to do some questions, Sage?
Can you give me a couple minutes? I gotta run and grab another beer or two. Actually, probably three.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Okay, let me run and grab some beers, and then I will be ready to do this. I shall be right back. I'll be back.
Oh, shit, you're screwed.
You got an ass showing.
Oh, yeah.
It's a nice ass.
Listen. Did you know my ass looks good?
I can't wait until we get AP back on the show. Damn it.
It's right.
All right. So, yeah, dude, Bubba, you have one of your fellow roommates, I guess, in the second building. Dude, I don't understand what in the hell she is ordering, but the amount of shit. Well, you've seen me. I'm there almost every fucking day.
Right.
With stuff from Walmart and Sam's Club, and it's hell, dude. Even the lady up front goes, "I'm worried she's making this a home." Because if she doesn't answer, I have to take it to the front. Because if anything's sitting out there, somebody's gonna take it.
Oh, especially here.
Mm-hmm.
I hear it. See that.
I have a friend who lives in a bad area, and whenever they get something from Amazon, they're always there, but they always save the boxes. And then when they clean the cat litter box, they put the cat poop in it and then put it on the front porch. That way they can tell.
Fucking smart.
Tell if someone steals it or not. And
Dude,
apparently
you know
someone did the other day, and the package was found like a couple blocks away. And ever since then, she said they eventually got a Ring doorbell. And ever since then, no one's been to their house, even though there's stuff left out.
Hell, if they want to keep stealing it and taking away the fucking cat crap and all that, that's just saving you from filling up your garbage cans with it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a guy who years ago a package was stolen by a porch pirate, and he got pissed off about it. So he started building these devices. And at first it would just kind of track it, or it would send off an alert. But as time has gone on, he's come up with newer generations of this because he's an engineer, and the amount of effort he's gone in, the very last one that I saw him make, it's got iPhones on all four sides inside the box, and they got pinholes up there so they can see out every direction. It's got, when you take off the top of this box, the inner compartment is all protected so you can't get the phones, but it tracks with GPS. It tells you the cops have been notified, or, please.
Yeah, it'll say cops have been notified.
It starts counting down. And if you don't, and the thing is, you can't just put the top back on it, because once you pick it up, it actually pops out a pin, so it won't go back on. And the reason why is because it actually will start sending off this spray that is
like a fart spray or something,
but much, much worse. He chemically engineered this shit. They even had Macaulay Culkin show up in his video, because it's got him from Home Alone saying, you filthy animal or some shit. But not only does it have this spray that constantly goes off, it's got the world's most finest glitter. The shit you can't get rid of. And it just spins it and it shoots it everywhere. So you get these videos of these people going, oh, what the fuck is that smell? And the glitter goes off and they throw the package and thinking the cops are coming, and they end up retrieving it because it's got the GPS, but it's the funniest fucking videos they got.
Well, the people swiping at stuff, they deserve it.
Right.
Every bit of it.
Hell, Sage wasn't there an incident in Thayer there for a while of a porch pirate stealing everyone's shit?
Oh, yeah, on the bad side of town.
2 blocks over.
I think I remember you saying that earlier, Amanda.
They don't do that shit on my side.
Didn't somebody catch him and whoop his ass or some shit?
They caught him, but the dude ran off like a bitch.
Figures.
But we found out who it was.
Let me guess, he's into drugs.
Duh.
Drugs are good. You should know. Drugs are good. Okay.
Some drugs.
So you got your beer there, Dr. Sage?
Yes, sir.
But yeah, well, there's definitely some sketchy ass people here. I'll tell you that.
That's an understatement, brother.
I was sitting outside smoking a cigarette last night, and there's a couple other guys here that they're actually good people. They were talking to me, and then this other guy come up. Don't know who he was, where he came from, or anything. You can tell he'd been drinking. And he was talking about the police were here on the other side of the building, but he was saying something about he wanted to whoop someone's ass, and kept telling me, "Oh, you got to keep me calm down." And then was asking me, he's like, "You got a place I can sit down?" Like,
no, get the
dude,
fuck on.
I know. Like, he was just acting weird as could be. But then up above on the second floor, there was people, yelling at each other. And the woman, you could tell, was crying. And then the police come through here. There was 2 city cops and a county cop. And they come through here with their headlights and everything off. And I just kind of pointed upstairs, and they just kind of went on. I was like, well, whatever,
right. We did our patrol. We didn't see nothing, even though you got someone pointing at it. It's there's a problem.
Right.
That sounds like them.
So you ready, Sage?
Police were here later because something about a car was stolen or something.
Oh, really?
Oh.
So you ready, Sage?
Yep.
All right, we got a few questions. Dear Dr.
boy.
Sage, I'm a redhead here and asking us simple questions. I have tight pain in the shoulders, and it really shows when I try to get my fiance off. I wonder if it's arthritis. So I went to the doctor and they discovered that I have no soul. How do I get my soul? Signed, a listener.
Well, here's the thing. You've got to take somebody else's. That's the only way. If you're a redhead, you got to take somebody else's soul to get a soul.
So
That's
basically,
the only way it's possible.
start doing more to your fiance to the point where he's like, trapped, so to speak.
I don't know what that's all about, but I mean, don't take your fiance's soul. Take somebody else's soul, and you'll have a soul. That's just what you got to do. I mean, you ever seen like the movies of Child's Play? You know, Chucky. You got to take somebody's soul, man. That's what you got to do.
All right. So find a soul from someone. And there's the cool Tyler. Speaking of the cool Tyler,
What's up? Sorry, I'm late.
You got to be a soul reaper.
So sorry, I'm late.
dear Dr. Sage, I'm just wondering, when did you guys invite the Klingon on the show? Dirty One looks like Worf's dumbass son named Dorf. Signed, a listener.
What?
I guess the listener wants to know when we let the Klingons in, because I guess one looked like a dwarf.
A dwarf?
Looked like a Klingon, and he was a son of Worf.
Oh, he's a son of Worf.
Called Dorf.
Called Dorf. Okay, that's rude. And that's weird. I always thought Dirty Juan looked more like Bane.
Right.
And not somebody from Star Trek.
I thought Worf was from Star Wars.
No, Worf isn't cool enough to be from Star Wars.
Oh, gotcha.
He's definitely a Trekkie. And us around here, we don't like Trekkies. We put the phaser in there to suss out the Trekkies.
All
Sorry,
right.
that quote was from a movie called Fanboys. Excellent movie.
So basically, it's rude, and you don't know.
Yeah, it's rude. Don't be a rude.
Right.
Rude.
Dear Dr.
Jackass.
Sage, I've been watching the show for a while and wonder, is Fat 420 single? He looks badass. Signed, Tree Shaker.
It's really not nice to say that Fat 420 looks like a fat ass.
I thought it said badass.
Yeah, I thought it said
Bad ass.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it said fat ass. I was going to say another rude comment. This is bullshit. I got to get these headphones fucking fixed or my ears fixed, one or the other. And wow. I don't know. It's fucking. I'm pretty sure he's single. Hit him up. Fuck. Look at him. He's got a ticker talker. Check him out. He's got Facebook. He's got Messenger. He's got all that shit. Hit him up, and I mean, just be careful. He's kind of old and he's got feelings. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't have feelings.
I'm Gen X, so I usually don't.
Yeah. But yeah, talk to him. Talk to him. He's right there. Fuck. Pretty nice guy.
Hey, did you highlight Amanda's comment?
Which one?
The one where she had a crackhead come into her store, ask if they were selling crack, and her boss threw him out.
What the fuck?
Dude, you know you were like going through withdrawals if you're going into a gas station and ask, hey, do y'all sell crack? Oh.
I used to work at a dry city over near in Woodford County, and every single night, because I worked third shift, I'd have someone come in, and sometimes it's the same people come in. Do you guys sell beer or alcohol? I don't see any. What did I tell you yesterday? I don't know. We don't sell any because it's a dry city.
Oh. Amanda, you guys should not have threw that guy out. He was probably just trying to be fucking funny. And then for you to yell at him and call him a fucking crackhead, that's just poor communication skills. And you probably should have been wrote up for saying fucking crackhead. Just saying.
And crackheads have feelings too, you know.
Yeah, crackheads have feelings.
I'd have yelled at his ass and called him a fucking crackhead stumbling.
I mean, shit. No, this dude was high. Still, at the same time, people have feelings, yo.
Hey, you
even fucking cracky. You're right. I don't give a fuck.
I was gonna say, what are you doing? You've been in that business.
I'm Dr. Sage.
You had a guy walk into your fucking store and shit all over the floor.
That was a girl.
Okay, my bad. A girl.
And she fucking shit all the way through the goddamn store.
On purpose, or she just couldn't hold it?
She couldn't make it all the way to the bathroom. She shit from one end of the store all the way to the other. And then all over the women's bathroom.
At least it wasn't like on purpose. Like, hey, I'm going to shit all over on purpose, you know.
She walked through she's wearing a fucking sundress and cowboy boots. And she's walking through the store, clenching her ass cheeks going, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. And I'm just like, sorry for what? And then I look down and I'm like, oh.
I wonder how much got caught in her cowboy boots.
Oh, they were filled, dude. They were fucking filled because she tried to wash that motherfucking shit in the sink, and it was all over the sink, all over the mirror, all over the walls in the bathroom. It was everywhere. And I had to fucking clean that shit. There, and I don't get hazard pay.
I've heard so many times where women's restrooms are usually the worst.
They fucking absolutely are.
I can attest to that because I did work at a Walmart and at a gas station as a maintenance janitor, whatever you want to call it. And at both places, the women's restroom was the worst.
They are some of the nastiest, rudest. My gas station was the truck stop. So, I mean, some of the men could be fucking assholes too, especially some of the truckers.
Sure.
And we have a trucker that would come in, and that motherfucker, whenever he would come in, I finally figured out who the fuck it was. He would fucking smear shit all over the stalls too. But this one girl that come in, she was a lot lizard. But, I mean, she fucking... I don't know whether she just got reamed in the ass or what it was. But, yeah, she was fucking turkey trotting all the way through the store and just dropping
turkey trot.
the yellowest shit all the way through the store, and it stunk like hell. I had to shut down the store for an hour just to clean up that hazard shit. I went through so much goddamn bleach and 3 or 4 mop heads.
And
the bad thing is we have to wash those mop heads because we were a big gas station. So we washed our own shit. And it was horrible. We had to re-sanitize the washer and dryer afterwards.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, not the dryer because we hung our mop heads up to dry.
Oh, you didn't put them under the heat lamp where the fries are like McDonald's did?
Oh, that's
just I see that.
That's disgusting.
I know.
They actually had the mop head and was holding it up under the heat light.
What the hell?
Right over the fries.
What the hell?
That's fucking
And
disgusting.
somebody took a picture of it.
So, next question. It's not really a question, it's a story, so to speak. But it says Dear Dr. Sage, a few weeks ago I had surgery and had wisdom teeth removed. When I came to the doctor asking me if I was okay, apparently, no joke, because I've watched your guys' show for so long, I said, fuck Tyler to the doctor. Son of a bitch thought I was crazy. Signed, AP's #1 fan.
That is fucking awesome. And
I didn't write that.
that's great that happened.
You,
And
you didn't write that. You're April's #1 fan.
I guess.
That's super cool. Fuck Tyler. Yeah, we really need a best damn podcast T-shirt, and or at least a couple different ones with different quotes. You know, like, or just one with like a whole bunch of quotes on the back that just says, you know, fuck Tyler, and a couple other quotes.
Oh
from
yeah,
some
like
of
the
us,
like the back will be
boobs.
The
You know,
front
like
will
a
be-
quote. Yeah, the best damn podcast, and then the back just have like quotes and different angles and shit, like
Right.
boobs, fuck Tyler, and
Tyler the Millennial.
oh, we can't have it all about Tyler, even though because he would take up the fucking whole back of the shirt.
All right.
Huh.
Amanda wants hers to say fucking millennial.
A
Fucking
fucking meth millennial.
because Amanda thinks that he's meth because he's in he's methed up because he lives in Jacksonville.
Oh,
It's
my
possible.
gosh.
I mean, you know,
God. The thing is we keep getting all these Ask Dr. Sage questions, and we get one that, you know, hits on fucking 420. We get one that fucking that says fuck Tyler, and then, you know, AP's #1 fan. What are the ones that are gonna come in that start hitting on me? This is some bullshit.
Hey,
The only ones that hit on me are fucking.
You had your time with Skeletor and Mike
Yeah,
Mufano.
that's it. That's some bullshit. It's two guys. I don't want them guys hitting on me. The fucking bullshit.
So you don't mind if other people do it, just not on you.
I don't want no guys to hit on me. I want the chicks to start coming in and hitting
That's
on me.
what I said. Well, see, maybe they're doing that because you're afraid of Carla like you were in the past.
You know what, 420? We're getting you in the Battle Royal this year. My shoulder's starting to feel a whole lot better.
Yeah, but you'll forgive me because I'll bring you a couple cold twisted teas, though.
hey, you got to watch him in them twisted teas. Ask Tyler.
That's what I said. It's going to be cold.
Ask Tyler, ask Doug O'Shea, and the one I hit Doug O'Shea with was cold. And I chugged the shit out of that one. Oh, I didn't get it all the way done because he got hit with half a can. And then I chugged the rest of it afterwards, after I beat him. And that was what the hell was that street fight called? What was that called? Will High Titan.
I think Will Height's on a.
He might be on a phone call. That was Irish street fight or Dublin street. I think it was called a Dublin street fight.
What Spoon says Dublin.
Yeah, Dublin. Yeah, Dublin street fight.
Hi, Ellen.
Man, I forgot that was your girl. I was all like, hey, all right, maybe. Hi, baby. All right. And then I was like, fuck, that's yours. Yours.
Apparently, the people this week didn't want to ask you questions. They just wanted to tell you things because this next one is a story, I guess. Dr. Sage.
Oh, Dr. Sage story fucking time.
No need for advice, but a funny story for you. My father, for years, has been stressed out of his mind. Don't know why, but the 60-year-old gent gets so stressed. We're worried about his health and blood pressure. My good friend came over Sunday for my daughter's birthday and brought over weed popcorn that my father inadvertently ate the whole thing. Man, oh man, was he gone and ate the whole bag. And when my daughter was in the pool, my father warned her to watch for the sharks because Jaws scared him as a kid. My father, 60 years old, then decided he was going to sit in the pool, clothes and all. When we asked him, why did you eat the whole fucking bag? He said, I started getting the munchies and ate more. Needless to say, his blood pressure has dropped massively. Also, fuck Tyler. Signed, Sage's #1 fan.
Well, at least I
Well,
have a
there you go,
fucking
Sage.
fan. Cooley's laughing about that one. He's all like, yeah, that's good shit. That motherfucker ate a whole bag of weed popcorn.
That's pretty funny.
I seen a TikTok the other day that someone said that they ate,
The munchies and I
ate
want.
over 1,000 milligrams of THC gummy bears.
I
Oh my
saw
god.
that video about that.
I'm like, good night. I love the food, but 1,000 in one day? Thought the
Good
only one out here
lord.
now knows is Tyler because I'm sure he's probably had 3,000 milligrams so far today.
Why are you poking 420?
I don't know. I just poke.
He's not.
Damn
Oh,
it.
now you're poking Bubba.
What's up, Bubba? Poke. Poke. Wait, can I poke Will Height?
Will Height's on a phone call. Oh, you're trying to fucking munch on Will Height? That's weird.
Munch on 'em. So that's all that Tyler sent me for
That's some
questions.
bullshit. Those weren't questions. Most of those were stories. Fuck you, Tyler.
Right. So
I'm gonna
if you
send
got any
Tyler a fucking
questions,
message right now and say, fuck you, Tyler.
if you got any questions, send it to askdrsage@gmail.com and he will try to get it. So unless you have one here,
Has he
then
gave you access to the email yet?
no, he hasn't even gave me access to be an editor for the YouTube page so I can make shorts on
That
YouTube.
motherfucking slacking motherfucker.
That's what he gets
Watch
for
this.
being a millennial.
Fuck
It's Tyler. What do you
you,
expect?
Tyler.
Well, according to Spoon, Steve could probably do 1,000 milligrams and be fine, but he couldn't.
Yeah, fuck you, Tyler.
I don't know. Steve would be. He would just. If he did that, he would just sit there and go. That'd be it.
Yeah, I've seen him do that on a bunch of Ray's shows all the
Well,
time.
you know when we were doing smoke signals, that's what he would do. He would get so high, he would just sit there and
Right?
not say anything, just sit there with his mouth all open.
Who was that?
Steve.
Oh, Steve. Oh, Jesus, Steve.
Apparently, I did that once on a friend's casting page that they have extra cameras like you can click on and be a part of the, talk and everything. And
You know
apparently,
who's
I had like, I was 4 beers in and about 40 milligrams in of THC gummies. And apparently, I was like this on the camera for like 2 hours straight.
That's like Tyler that one night, like not the cool Tyler, but the bitch Tyler.
The bitch Tyler.
The night that me and AP was over at his house and we beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Hey, you know who's really hot?
Me.
Chris, motherfucker, Christina fucking Ricci.
Yeah, she is. I'd bone her.
And I believe this is from that movie Black Snake Moan. I just sent you a picture. I think this is from that movie, but I'm not quite sure.
I do know this guy I knew was making edibles. They were like chocolates with caramel in the middle,
What?
and they were 150 milligrams. And I did one
Hello.
of those. And I tell you what, it took my back pain away.
I bet it
All
took
right,
all your pain
everybody.
away.
Start with your screenshots here right now.
See, I love me some Christina Ricci.
And that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And yeah, spoon, that's what it's good for sure.
Right.
I used to take Ativan for anxiety, and I don't do that anymore.
You know what? I know we're starting to sound like a stoner thing. Well, hey, you never know. We might do our own podcast about stoner stuff. But I actually, on an everyday type thing, where, I start out the day with stuff called blue lotus flower. And for better lack of terms, it's basically a light version of THC and even a light version of hemp THC, which is Delta 8, and even an ultralight version, of regular THC. Basically, it helps you cool you down and everything, but it doesn't give you the high.
CBD, basically.
Not even that. It's an actual plant that you just. It's mainly for tea, but I've done it with smoking it because it seems to go quicker. So
Huh.
wait, isn't there something going on this weekend, or is that next weekend?
This is Memorial Day coming up this weekend.
Okay, so it's next weekend that PWA is doing their thing, or no, not
Uh,
PWA. Wrestling for a Cure, the the home run softball tournament.
yeah, that'd be the 31st and the 1st.
So that's in 2 weeks, almost little. Well, not 2 weeks, about a week and a three.
No, it's next week. Next weekend.
Next weekend. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's better.
31st and the 1st. Yeah, next Friday and Saturday.
Let's see if I got a photo of it that I can show it off for everybody. I have it somewhere. Because I saved it. May as well talk about that real quick. Before we get to a moment is in and whatnot.
Sorry about that. I had to take care of some things.
It's all good, man.
Damn freaking dog decided to crap down here behind me. Guess I wasn't sure.
So while we were talking about shit, your dog actually shit.
Yeah,
Well, that's a shitty situation too.
pretty much.
All right. That is right there. Will Height, you want to talk about this real quick before we do a moment is in?
Yeah, so there is still time. It's the second annual Wrestling for a Cure softball tournament. It'll be at Don Bragg Sporting Complex in Taylorville. We have lights, so we don't have to worry about it getting dark. Now, Friday the 31st is the Home Run Derby. Now, the Home Run Derby, the winner will get a championship belt, which you can see the belt is photoed on that flyer there. And I believe it says hitting bombs for St. Jude's or something like that. Now, that belt is yours. You keep that until somebody beats you. Now, the way that it works is when you're the champ, someone can call you out each month. And they have to challenge you. They put up money, and whoever wins gets the belt. Now, when it comes to the big home run derby, which is the Friday before the softball tournament, if you're the champ, you get free entry into the home run derby. Whoever wins that big home run derby also gets $100 cash that was put up by a sponsor. So that's the upside. Your chance to win $100. Just gotta, smack them over the fence. If you know what, even if you're get a couple, or I participated last year. I didn't get a single home run, but the money went to a good time, and I had fun, and I hadn't swung a bat in like 8 years, so it was quite funny, literally.
I probably haven't swung one to 30.
And then the tournament starts Saturday. Depending on the number of teams involved, will determine your payout, but it's $300 per team. Last year, man, we had some good action. Got to see some good ball taking place. The Amish showed up. I'm going to tell you something right now. Do not sleep on them. They can play some damn ball.
Right.
But, yeah, it was always a good time. There will be Wrestling for a Cure merchandise. There will be slushies and other swag, things given out, 50-50 drawings and more. There will be a food truck. Unfortunately, I will not be there. I got to go to Missouri. I'm spreading my dad's ashes. His wishes a couple places. So I got to take care of that. But I also do need some volunteers to help out and be there. So anybody that has helped out with Wrestling for a Cure, dude, please help. It's funny. It's funny how volunteers for the day of the show never have a problem with it. Volunteers for events throughout the year always seems to be a pain in the ass.
Right.
By the way, again, when is Wrestling for a Cure?
July 13th.
July 13th. All right.
Here's a question, and it's expounding on what Spoon was saying. He says he can't come but love to watch. That's okay, right?
Oh, yeah. Anyone that wants to come out, watch, like I said, there will be merchandise. There will be things to get. If you just want to come out, watch, and donate freaking $5 to watch some good ball, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, so you'll have like donation boxes and stuff to put donations in, and that's cool. Apparently, he's the strikeout king.
Well, we don't have a competition for strikeouts, but
if we did, man, could you imagine how much money we can make on that?
Batter out.
Nevertheless,
kind of made me think of Wii Sports for a second. Batter out. Change sides. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Final thoughts. Get them in.
Final thoughts. If you got a young puppy and you're not really paying attention to her and she gets a little pissy, you might have an attitude to take a shit on your floor. Little heathen.
Is that your final thought, Will Height?
And don't forget, Will Height 2024 can't do any worse.
Right. Right, Cooley, what would be yours, man?
Well, I feel bad because I wasn't on for most of the show, but it seems like that's a good show. Again, Bubba, it's always good to see you here. I'm gonna try to do better and here for a full show again. And yeah, live life like Larry.
All right, Bubba, what is yours?
Like Larry.
Yeah, what Larry?
Well, from SpongeBob, living like Larry.
Okay, because there's a Larry that you're living like. I don't know if I can talk to you again.
Yeah, no shit.
He knows what I'm talking about.
He probably owes you money too.
Well, again, I want to thank you guys all for having me on the show.
Did you get?
It's been fun as always.
I'm gonna listen to Bubba's one.
And yeah, I mean that's it. Thanks, guys.
Whoop, whoop.
Sage, what's yours, man? What's your final thoughts?
Everything is good and confirmed for July 6th
Ooh,
for the 4th of July picnic weekend type deal for Verdon. So my show is 100% locked in and ready to go. I will be in the same location I've always been. Well, not always been in, but on the square in Verdon. July 6th from 3 to 6 p.m. is my time slot. And we're going to put on some good ass wrestling.
right on.
And
Hey,
it's going to be Prayland Independent Wrestling presents the return of Unfair Games.
let's go.
Ooh.
So yes,
Bum.
there we go. And not only that, but I guess this will be the season kickoff show for next year's Wrestling for a Cure.
For season 9.
Y'all, I am pumped for Wrestling for a Cure.
Yeah, and just talked to him yesterday, and we'll have our bleachers and everything, same style setup, all that good shit. So we are all good to go.
Wrestling for a Cure going to be at the fairgrounds again this year.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Same building, same everything.
Cool. It's a good setup. It's just so loud in there because there's no the dead in the sound on those walls,
Yeah.
which
I
it
agree.
kind of makes it interesting. I mean, you get someone slammed on that mat. Sounds, you know,
It does. It
loud
makes
as can be.
it makes a hell of a pop, which is cool as shit. But like I had a cousin. I shouldn't say had. I have a cousin who did the national anthem a few years back for us, and the way she held the mic and the way she sung and projected, I understood everything she was able to do. It's just some people the mic is there to project your voice. You don't have to yell in it.
Yeah.
And some of these wrestlers, they grab the mic. It's like, dude, let the mic do its job, please.
Yeah.
And then some of them want you to get louder with their introductions, and it's like, dude, what do you want me to do? Eat the fucking mic? Like, what?
And you don't have to in that building, especially with the sound setup and the echo in that building anyway. You can hold the mic literally down here at your chest and talk in a normal voice, and it will get through perfectly. Trust me, I've been on that microphone in that building, and I've heard the way I could talk, and I know how to get that microphone out there to the right distance away from my mouth.
Right.
Without screaming into it. And I could be in a normal tone of voice and get through to people and even work that microphone out and project my voice just fine. And it works. You don't have to eat the mic.
Yep.
Right. So, I guess the millennial will be back Friday from what he's telling us. So he'll be back. Maybe we'll have AP. Maybe Gibbons will show up. Who knows? That's
I
cool.
love
Tyler Cooley. That's
I love-
Bubba.
I miss my Tim. I miss my AP.
You got over there. The doctor
Fuck
saying,
you, Tyler.
we'll hide 2024. Fuck you, Tyler.
Wow.
And until then, this is your moment of zen.
What would you do?
Dad, I got this. A flip broke in your house.
What would you do?
Dad, I got this. If they broke in your house.
All righty.
I'm going to hell. I laughed way too much.
See you all Friday.
Every time I see a midget, I just instantly think the same thing. You know, I want to throw.
They're called little people.
Oh, can we throw mushrooms at them?
No.
Can we? God, you and 420 are the true stoners. God damn it.
What?
Oh,
He asked if he could throw a mushroom at him.
Yeah. And then you yell, "Grow, Mario!" See, I missed
That's
that.
actually.
Brad Williams was at Peoria a few weeks ago. And I was going to go to the show and throw a mushroom at him and yell, "Grow, Brad, grow!"
That's who I learned it from, right up here.
Motherfuckers.
He's teaching me a lot.
420 is a bad influence.
Wait, we're still on the air. Whoops.
Oh shit!